Okay, new tariffs take effect today on timber, lumber, and certain wood products. The president's new levies arrive just as he begins to soften his tone, as uncertainty has been growing over the past few days over his threat to impose new 100% tariffs on China. So joining me in Studio 55, CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady. What's up, Kelly?
Hey there.
All right, so lumber, Tim, I'm looking at the market, not liking what we're seeing right now. Let's talk about what it means on a practical level, these levies that are being established over products that people use to build their homes.
Yeah, that's right. So let's start with the timber, the kitchen cabinets, the vanities, right? So timber, you're going to see a 10% tariff, and then kitchen cabinets and vanities are going to be 25%, though those are going to actually go up come January. And if you sort of think about the things that might see an impact, the cost to build a new home, right? We don't have enough of a supply, especially of those sort of starter homes in this country. You could see an increase there. Also, you could see if you're trying to refurnish, we were talking about on CBS Mornings, my mom is doing that. You could see price increases there. UK, Japan, and EU, though, because they made trade deals with the U.S., though you're going to see lower tariffs than the ones that were just on screen. But broadly, you could see prices go up unless the companies are able to absorb some of those tariffs, as we've seen in other industries.
So let's talk about what's happening with China. We see the market down about 200 points. We saw it rebound yesterday as the president sort of seemingly softened his tone. But what I was curious about is the president's always talking about tariffs. He's always talking about China. Why is the market sort of gyrating sometimes? Like yesterday it was up, today it's down. What do you think?
So I think it shows that this relationship with China is of a different magnitude than the tariffs I just talked about, or the sector tariffs or country tariffs that we've seen percolate over the last few months. You really didn't see a huge dip in the market that we saw on Friday unless you go back to April. And so what it tells you is investors are really worried about this particular trade relationship. And I think it's for two reasons. One, we all remember 2018 when the China-U.S. trade relationship, it took over 2 years to actually come to an agreement. And I think investors have a little bit of PTSD. We're hoping it was going to be sooner rather than later. This tit for tat that's happening is certainly not giving anyone, or it's not calming anxiety. The other thing is if you're going to have a 100% tariff on top of a 30% tariff, businesses are not going to be able to eat that. Right. And so that could mean higher inflation, and it could give the Federal Reserve a reason to pause interest rates when they meet at the end of this October. That being said, we've been here before. You see the gyrations back and forth, and that's exactly why investors are buying the dip and then selling, because they're just not sure what to do. Yeah.
All right. We'll be watching. Thank you as always, Kelly. Appreciate you. Meanwhile, as the trade war between the U.S. and China rages on, farmers in the U.S. are caught in the middle. We've been talking about how in some cases, their soy crops are just sitting in silos between that and the government shutdown. Time is running out for some of them to stay solvent. CBS News correspondent Lana Zak is the only network correspondent based in Iowa and has been speaking with farmers about their concerns, and she joins us now. Lana, good to see you, my friend. So with this new tariff from the president last week, I mean, this is just adding to the pressures that farmers are already feeling, right?
That's exactly right, Vlad. So every time the United States has issued another tariff or threatened another tariff, China has been hitting right back, tariff for tariff. And the loser in all of this are American farmers, as well as everybody else who is supported by the agriculture industry in this country. I've been talking to farmers all across the state of Iowa and throughout the Midwest about their concerns. Take a listen.
We appreciate that those resources are likely coming, but you don't know when, you don't know how much, you don't know what those dollars are going to look like. But when you start to stack all of those things together, you're really coming up against some real pressures that make it very difficult for families to navigate how to get to the other side.
And so they are hopeful that President Trump is going to make good on that promise to use some of the revenue that the U.S. is taking in from tariffs, like he did in his first trade war with China during his first term in office, to help supplement the losses, which are estimated at about 40% of soy crops this year over just a few years ago, Vlad. And the real problem for these farmers is not merely that they can't offload their soy now, but that they are worried that as China is continuing to buy soy from other countries, that those markets will be closed off to them indefinitely.
So what options do they have, Lana, to save their crops?
So right now they are busy harvesting, and I can tell you that's happening around the clock. Even late at night, I've seen those combines out in the field, and they're trying to get every last penny that they can from what has been otherwise a banner year for these crops. But with so much supply and so little demand, there is definitely an oversupply right now. So a lot of farmers are considering putting them in those grain silos. You always see them in my reporting, those big metal structures. But if you don't already own a grain silo, well, then you're paying for storage fees. And the other problem with all of that, farmers are telling me, is that if you're storing it and everybody else is as well, you're just continuing the oversupply of the market. So some of them are taking a deep loss and selling their crops for whatever they can just to try and get some revenue in. But with those additional tariffs that are set to go into effect on November 1st, they're also looking at the potential for increased expenses for them. So it's really a lot of nail biting that's happening out here, Vlad.
Yeah. Lana Zak, always great to talk to you on such an important subject. Thank you very much for your reporting.